A quiet night in San Diego suddenly lit up by a raging fireball, a private jet, a dense fog, and just seconds before impact. No mayday, no second chances, just a deadly silence before the neighborhood exploded. What really happened in the skies that night? Who were the people on board? And could this entire tragedy have been prevented? This is the story of the San Diego jet crash that stunned the nation. Stay with us, because the truth is far more terrifying than you'd expect. Welcome to Arrowverse. Captain Dave Shapiro. Male age, 46 years old. Nationality, American license. Airline Transport Pilot License, ATPL. Medical Certificate, Class 1, last issued, March 2025. Aircraft ratings, Cessna Citation II. Total flight hours, 6,800 plus total hours. On Citation II, 3,100 plus. May 22nd, 2025. A Cessna Citation II. Tail number, N666DS, departed from Wichita, Kansas, for its final leg to San Diego's Montgomery Gibbs Executive Airport. It had originally left from Teterboro, New Jersey. Aboard were 6 individuals, pilot Dave Shapiro, co-pilot Kendall Fortner, and 4 passengers including music professionals and a touring drummer. It was a business trip, but as the plane neared its destination, thick fog awaited. Approaching the California coastline, visibility plummeted. Dense marine fog dropped below 400 feet. Despite conditions, the jet continued its descent. With no visual cues, the pilots relied solely on instruments. But something went wrong. The aircraft was too low, too fast, too close to high-voltage power lines. ATC logs showed the aircraft maintaining routine radio contact up until the final seconds. ATC. Citation 6DS. Report established final. Pilot. Established 6DS. Then, silence. Radar tracked a steady descent, until a sudden drop. No mayday, no distress call. Investigators later confirmed the jet struck high-voltage power lines just before signal loss. There are no public cockpit voice recordings, but what happened inside was likely calm, until impact. One passenger, drummer Daniel Williams, was returning to San Diego for a West Coast performance. The mood was likely routine, but tense. Outside the window, only white mist. No panic, no alarms, just silence. Before tragedy. At 3:46 a.m., the aircraft clipped power lines over Murphy Canyon, a densely populated area. The right wing struck first. Sparks ignited jet fuel on contact. The aircraft slammed into homes below, erupting in flames. 2 homes were directly hit. 10 others were scorched. Metal fragments and fuel ignited garages, rooftops, and yards. The explosion was heard across the neighborhood. Security footage from Ring doorbells and dash cams captured the terrifying moment. A sudden fireball rolling through the sky. Residents screamed. A woman carried her children barefoot into the street. A man tried using a garden hose to douse his neighbor's burning roof. Emergency services arrived in 4 minutes. But by then, devastation had already taken hold. Neighbors became rescuers. A teenager pulled an elderly couple from their burning garage. Another resident saved a dog trapped on a flaming porch. Despite efforts, no one on the jet survived. 6 lives gone in an instant. They were not celebrities, but they meant everything to their families. Dave Shapiro, 46, pilot and co-founder of Sound Talent Group. Daniel Williams, drummer, former member of The Devil Wears Prada. Emma Huke, Selena Kenyon, and Dominic Damian, all music industry professionals. Kendall Fortner, co-pilot, a rising aviator. These weren't just names. They were dreams, careers, and loved ones. The FAA and NTSB launched immediate investigations. Wreckage still burned as teams recovered the cockpit voice recorder and flight data. Investigators reviewed approach procedures, weather systems, and the airport's lighting, which was reportedly offline during the landing attempt. Flight simulation recreated the descent stable until the final 30 seconds. A drop of 80 to 100 feet likely caused the wing to clip power lines. Experts believe spatial disorientation played a role. Foggy conditions and a lack of external references may have led even skilled pilots astray. Private business jets conduct over 20% of U.S. air travel, often into smaller regional airports. But when fog, fatigue, and pressure converge, danger follows. This crash wasn't only about a single mistake, it exposed broader systemic risks. In its June 2025 preliminary report, the NTSB cited low visibility, lack of approach lighting. Spatial disorientation proposals include enhanced runway lighting, auto go-around triggers in fog, revised IFR weather minimums for business jets. But for the victims, those fixes came too late. A mother waiting at the airport, a bandmate watching the news, a father who called but never got an answer. This crash didn't just destroy property, it broke hearts. We share these stories not to shock, but to remember, to honor lives lost, to learn from tragedy, so future flights land safely.
Thank you for watching this emotional real-life aviation story. If you believe these voices deserve to be heard, then subscribe to Arrowverse. Tap the bell icon and watch more true crash breakdowns right here. Fly safe, stay curious, see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.